Yeah, it's been an amazing revolution that's occurred within India and China as well. I mean, hundreds of millions of people over the last decades have moved from extreme poverty now into being low income, which is even out of the poverty level, which is unbelievable and wonderful from a reduction of human suffering. With that comes, of course, you'll always get excesses. And it's again one of the things we want to drive out through our operations. There was a survey done even 10 years ago looking at Indian farmers, and prior to financial services being offered, there were about 11,000 suicides a year within the Indian farmer
Mm.
community. After financial services, those with financial services from a regulated institution, there were 30. So the reason I bring that up, and it's not to say that, again, that these are magic bullet solutions to all, a loan can only do so much, but it does impart dignity and hope in a very powerful way. Now, it's incomplete without the whole picture of Jesus. Um, but there's it's the cup of cold water in Jesus' name. It's the opportunity to play a role in your community. It's the path out of dealing with the local moneylender. It's really substantial. And then the crop increases, to me, is again back to even why I named the firm Creation to begin with, is exactly the point that there's always been a fear that by investing in social enterprise that deals with poverty or the poor, that you'll be extracting rents essentially from the poor, that we make money because they lost money. But the point of planting seeds and knowing that you can plant and have a harvest that yields a normal yield or fivefold or tenfold or biblically 100-fold,
Yeah.
how do you account for that gain? And how should it be split?
Mm.
And that gain is the essential framework that God put into our whole world and system, is that he adds increase and that wealth can really be created. It's not just exchanged. And so how do we provide financial capital, and not just financial capital, but other kinds of services? I mentioned this company of business on logistics and ordering and inventory management. We do the same in agriculture. Our latest company, Reshamandi, does a ton within the silk and cotton supply chains in India. And that's a very interesting case because those supply chains are dominated at different points by Hindu or Muslim communities. The Muslim community are primarily weavers within silk, but they don't trust the other Hindu communities by and large. So how do you have an intermediary help those two communities trade with one another, their inputs and outputs, so that there can be an increase of wealth for both sides? And you do that through transparency, through financial services, by injecting liquidity, technology, so that there's trust. And that's what this company, Reshamandi, has done in amazing, amazing ways. But it all goes back to that metaphor of planting and really trying to create excessive yields, because the earth and God, we have a God of abundance who wants to have excessive yields, but that, economic yields are not the only ones here. There are other things happening, but just the core financial service alone actually it's not a complete
Yeah.
evangelism, but there's so much dignity and hope that's imparted that is very easily measured just through that sort of farmer suicide ratio.